Hey, Storm Chasers, I have a very special person with us today. YouTuber, commentator, Scotty by Nature TV. You've actually been on the platform before. I interviewed you like 2 years ago, 2.5 years
Yes.
ago, something like that. Yeah. And I watch you all the time, follow you on Twitter, all that stuff.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, tell the people a little bit about you. It froze for a second.
Okay, so my name is Scotty by Nature TV, of course. I do gossip talk just like Storm does, but I also recap some of your favorite reality shows like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, Bill Collective, mainly the black reality shows that we all love and know. And I also have other things on my channel like I have a segment on my channel called Who Was Wrong, where I collaborate with another content creator and we talk about different reality TV feuds and we try to figure out who was wrong, who started it at the end and all that stuff. And I have a whole playlist of that on my channel. So if you're interested in that, you can go over there and look at it. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And I'm moving into music content because I love music. So
Nice. That's where it's at. Also, you recently relocated to Atlanta.
Yes.
Be careful. I just want to tell you, be careful. When you get to Atlanta, everybody says they somebody. Everybody say they know somebody.
Look, remember when you interviewed me 2 years ago, I remember telling you in the interview that I wanted to move to Atlanta. I've been saying I wanted to move to Atlanta for a long time now. And that was the first thing you said. You said, watch out for the scammers, watch out for the people who say they somebody, the people who think they can help you or say they can help you with some and all this other stuff. And I've kept that in mind now. Don't get me wrong now. I listen to everything you said.
Okay.
So.
I'm just saying, definitely watch out. Watch out for them niggas. They ain't shit either. Just watch out. Because before you know it, you're gonna be in a co-signed on the Hellcat and you like, how did this happen? I'm telling you, I didn't seen it happen to people. They say I would never, they co-signing for a Hellcat.
I'm not co-signing. Not for no man anyway, no.
I've seen them do it. And that's no shade because somebody that's watching gonna know I'm talking about them. But let's get right on into it. We're here to talk about the Traci Braxton situation with her. Well, she's of course passed away, but with her husband and son, they got into an altercation, and people was telling me I got it wrong. I haven't been watching this season, so I want to play the clip and then I'll let you tell us what's been happening.
Okay.
Let's play.
Told me no. You told me no. You told me no. You told me no. When I asked you if they can live in our house, as a condo, you said no though. But you said no. You told me no. You told me no. I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie to you. Who your motherfucking dude? There you go. There you go. Let's do it. Let's do it. It was before your motherfucking mother cancer. Before my wife cancer. Me no. You told me.
Okay, so first off, was Kevin Jr. drunk?
That's the question that I got because I've watched that video like 4 or 5 times and people keep telling me you're looking at the wrong thing or you're hearing the wrong thing. I keep thinking I'm hearing one thing, but everybody's telling me I'm not hearing what I'm hearing. I thought he said you caused my wife's cancer. That's what I kept hearing in my head. But
Me too.
Oh, so I'm not the only one that thought, okay, so I'm not the only one who thought I heard that. But then in the comments when I talked about it, someone else said, well, no, he didn't say that. He said before my wife's cancer. So I'm like, okay, so what did he actually say? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so confused by this whole video. And then on top of that, I was saying how the father was wrong for putting his hands on his son. But then there's people in the comments that tells me, well, the son booked up at him first. How can you tell? You really can't see anything.
You can't see it. Like you can't see anything. And can we just talk about what is y'all obsession with knocking the hell out of y'all kids? I don't understand. Us as black folks, we gotta chill on that. We like, and I say us because I'm not, I'm not talking about others at the moment, but it's just like, a lot of people is, yeah, that's how you get him in line. Like, wait a minute, these are two grown men. Like, what, what? There's no other way to handle a situation. And then they were telling me in the chat that Kevin Jr. like has seizures and stuff. So if he's sickly, why are you knocking him to the ground?
Right. That's what I'm saying. And even in the chat right now, someone said you actually can tell. Well, I can only speak for myself. I can't tell who's doing anything. The only thing that I gather from it is that Kevin Sr. said, put up your MF and Dukes.
I didn't hear that either.
Yeah, like I could hear him say that, but nothing that the son said make me feel like he's trying to fight his father. To me, it sounds like he's pleading with his father or something. It don't seem like he's trying to fight him.
You know what I think it might be? It is very hard to understand without actually like seeing it. And you fuck ass Jasmine Brand, if y'all would have just moved that logo out the lower right hand corner, we might have had a better view. I know y'all want us to know it's you, bitch. We know it's you. We know it's y'all. Shout out to Jasmine and her pink hair. Okay, we don't see his gestures. I'm gonna say this: a lot of times, especially with, let's see, Kevin Jr.'s father, I think that's Gen X. They would be Gen X. Okay. A lot of times with that generation, what they perceive as disrespect is you not backing down.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's they wrong. You saw that they were wrong, and you're not backing down. So now that's this. He bucked up at me, or did he just not back down?
Yes. Anytime you disagree with someone from that time period, they always take your disagreement as you're disrespecting me. You always taking the disagreement as you can't, like, you have to agree with everything that they say. You can't hold them accountable. You can't tell them when they're wrong, because in their eyes, because they're the parents, they're always right. But for me, if you wrong, despite the fact that you're my mama or my father, you wrong. And if you don't like it, then that's your business. Because I don't like a lot of things you say or do, and you my mama or my father, but I got to deal with that because I had to deal with it because you my mom and my father. But at the big old age of 35, if I feel like you wrong for something, I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say you wrong. I'm gonna say you wrong. You know what? And it's because I'm listening to it, and it's like Kevin Jr. is like, no, you said XYZ. And that generation is like, well, you can't question me. And it's just like, yeah. No, sir, you wrong. Don't do us over. No. I'm just saying, because that, every generation has their thing. So like with Gen X, I noticed that a lot of times, like they, you can't tell them they're wrong. And then their parents,
were the same way or even worse.
Even worse.
I feel that way because even with my grandmother, like, I don't talk to her because I hold her accountable, but all of my siblings, they all bow down. I'm the only one that don't. So it's just like, so, when you don't bow down, then they don't want to deal with you when you don't bow down.
I definitely have people like that in my family too. And it's just like, it's like, I got eyes, right? Like, right. I see you. We see each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my God. So did you see Kevin Sr.'s response?
I saw some of his response because I talked about it a little bit last night on my live last night. And I just want to say, I think that there's a lot of wrong to go around when it comes down to the Braxtons. And not only the sisters, but the father, everybody that's involved. I feel like there's a lot of wrong to go around, and there's a lot of narratives being pushed all the way around. Because if you ever looked at Braxton family values from the very beginning, from the looks of it, they never really liked Kevin Sr. at all. Like, they never respected him. You didn't really see him on a show like that until later on, like the season before the very last one, or the very last season of Woody?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like he came around. I remember there being baby rumors at one point.
Yeah.
I remember the season where Trina got engaged. Kevin Jr. and Olivia's wedding when I don't know if Tracy pulled Tamar's hair. I don't know what she did. But I just remember them saying, "Tracy, let go." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Exactly. So it's like when they brought up the things that Tracy was going through, and the reason why she felt like a black sheep. Because I'll be honest with you, I sincerely have always identified with Tracy.
Wow.
In regards to, I've always identified with her because, as I just told you, with my grandmother, I'm the only one that speaks up or don't bow down to her and hold her accountable. The rest of my siblings or my cousins don't. So I'm the only one that does. So I'm the one that's perceived as the black sheep because I'm the only one that, I'm like that toenail that sticks out because I'm the one that keeps her, accountable. So I've always pretty much sat back and watched the show, and I'm like, I can understand where Tracy's coming from. And when he was trying to explain where Tracy was coming from, they didn't want to hear what he had to say. And I remember Tamar sitting there, and she was like, well, first of all, don't nobody respect him. Like, I feel like that was something that's been going on for many, many years. They've never respected him. Tamar threw up in his face that he went to jail. And then, as you said, the cheating rumors, the rumors of a baby being out there, it's a whole lot. But by me saying that, it's not me taking away anything that Kevin Sr. might have done, because we really don't know everything. Those of us that's commenting on it, we're seeing what we're talking about based off of what we see on TV. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like he ain't never did nothing. But I do know that on his response yesterday, he did say that video was old, it wasn't recent. So
okay.
I
I found his response. I'm gonna play it real quick too. I'm glad you said that, because I was just like, what in the hell is going on? But okay, if it was old, then it was old. Okay, let's play what he had to say.
Circulating on social media, it's showing a disagreement between my son and I. Unfortunately, this video was recorded by someone with intent on gaining notoriety.
Is he a drinker?
Wait, is he a what?
Is he a drinker? Because I know Tracy used to enjoy her liquor. Is he drunk?
I ain't gonna lie to you, Kevin does kind of give me drunk.
I come from a family of alcoholics. That's why I'm just like, these niggas drunk.
Yeah, he does. He does kind of give me like he drinks like old English or Coke 45.
No shade, but he definitely gives like he still buy his beer with a few dollars in his pocket. Like
I believe that.
He definitely gives like malt liquor in a paper bag, and that is no shade. That is no shade.
He probably smoke cools too.
Oh my God. You taking me back now. Oh my God.
And defaming my character. During this exchange, some disrespectful remarks were made. As a father, I felt it was important to address this situation firmly and in the moment. I want to make it clear that no physical altercations occurred, and this incident happened some time ago and is being made the scene recently. It's disheartening to see this recording being used to create division and to mock our relationship. It feels like yet another instance of personal family disputes being exploited for attention. My priority is to protect the integrity of my family in a constructive way and to minimize the emotional impact during this time of crisis. Address the video that's been circulating on social media.
Okay, all right.
Disagreement.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard to get through. God, please. He drunk as fuck. I don't care what nobody say. That man went to work today. He had a few beers. He said, "Let me address this shit."
Yeah, he tore down. He probably wrote all that stuff down. Like he probably wrote it down, and he probably reading it as we go. Because if you look at that video, it looks like it's been edited. I don't know if it's been edited due to it being on TikTok or what, or if he did it himself. But yeah, My question is, how did the video even get out there? That's my question, because I assume, and I was wrong, but I did assume that Tamar could have been one of the people that did it, but at the same time, they don't even tell Tamar anything. So how could she be one of the ones that?
What about Tawanda?
I believe that it's between Tawanda or Trina. Don't want to believe that about Trina, because I actually love me some Trina. Trina is probably, besides Traci, one of my favorite Braxton sisters. But I really feel like it's Tawanda, because Tawanda, since the new season of the show has come out, she's been the main one that's been pushing this situation, you know what I mean, making it seem, and I just feel like she was never really that close to Kevin Jr. like that. I feel like she probably got close to him maybe after Traci died, or mainly for the show. That's how it comes across to me. And on top of that, Tawanda seems to hate him, hate Kevin Sr., because that she didn't even want him to be on the show.
Nah, she didn't. She showed out, like her bald head was sweating. She was what was that producer name she called him that? I was like, oh shit.
I don't even remember the producer's name, but I do know that she was giving him the business about them even
the business.
Right.
Oh, it is so weird with Tawanda, because it's only a few times throughout the show where she's gotten really upset. Like, because normally she's pretty like monotone, but there is something about Tawanda that gives nice nasty.
It does. It does. And I hate to use zodiac signs and stuff like that, but she's a Virgo, and I know a lot of Virgos like her. They're very stoic and nice, nasty, and slick, you know, passive aggressive. It gives like a bit of a Giselle Bryan type of tease to me. Like, that's what she gives off to me. And Giselle is also a Virgo. Like I said, you know, I don't like to use this zodiac stuff too much, but that's how it comes across to me.
She always gave nice nasty. I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially looking at her interaction with Tamar, I'm like, Tawanda and Tamar are really the same person. Tamar
is can't get along.
Yeah, Tamar is just vocal. Tawanda thinks it, Tamar says it, but they're really the same person.
See, and let me tell you, out of all of the Braxtons, Tamar is my least favorite. Let me make that clear too. But however, when you think about it, the reason why Tamar and Tawanda don't get along, as you just said, Tamar acts out. She's very boisterous, and the way it comes across real mean-spirited when she says it. It may not be the intent, but it's the delivery of it all. Her delivery is hella horrible. So a lot of the times what she's saying just might be true, but the way she delivered it makes it comes across as it's bad. Tawanda, on the other hand, she knows how to not be emotional. She has that stoic, passive-aggressive tone about her where it's easy to not detect that she's being a mean person. You feel what I'm saying? It's hard to detect whether or not she's being mean or not. It may not come across as she's being mean because of the tone that she uses. So she gets to slither away with her meanness, while Tamar is blunt, over the top with hers.
Doing the neck pop, right. You know. And Tawanda's like, well, I understand how you may view it that way. However, you ain't shit. You know, like it's right. They be seeing the same. Okay, now let me ask you this. Okay. When I look at Tawanda and Tamar, and I look at when they was on that show, what was that NBC show Iyanla did back in the day? Starting over. And I actually watched it back in the day. They had issues then, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think Tawanda had some jealousy towards Tamar because she didn't expect Tamar to become anything. Like, really think about it. It took Tamar a long time to pop off, and then around 2012?
Yeah.
She just 2012 to 2015, like Tamar was killing it. Tawanda's never had that pop off moment.
See, I hear people say that a lot. I hear people say that they feel like Tawanda has been jealous of Tamar. And I'm probably one of the few people that don't see it that way.
How do you see it?
And the only reason why I don't see it that way is because I have a sibling just like Tamar that I just don't like to deal with because they get on my nerves. They don't know how to talk to people. Their deliveries are terrible, and they don't never see the error of their ways. And that's just the way that I be seeing it. Like I know that a lot of people think that it's about jealousy, and I ain't gonna take it away from y'all though, because it could be some jealousy there. But for me, because of my own experience and experiencing a person just like Tamar, it's kind of like, well, sometimes you get tired of a person like Tamar dealing with them, they're draining.
Oh my God, I know. Yes, yes,
You
yes.
know, like a person like, in my opinion, a person like Tamar is completely draining. Like you gotta watch what you say. If you don't say what they want you to say, then they're gonna blow up. A lot of the times Tamar's delivery is absolutely disgusting, and she may not even mean for it to come across that way, but that's how it, because it like a lot of people are saying in your chat right now, it's not necessarily about what you say, it's really how you deliver it. And we literally just said that. We just sat here and talked about the differences between the deliveries of a Tamar or a Tawanda. We just talked about that. So I feel like that's what it is. But when you think about it, now going back to your point about the jealousy, I did go back because, you know, I don't know if anybody else know this, but there's someone on YouTube that's posting like older episodes of Starting Over right now on YouTube. And I've been looking at some of those episodes on YouTube. They were popping up on my homepage recently. And I was looking at some of the older episodes, and I had never seen that show before. I knew that she was on that show back then. But when that show came out, I was in high school. So I wasn't thinking about no damn Starting Over. I was watching shit like College Hill and stuff like that back then.
Yeah, I remember I would have been like junior high, but I remember it came on real late where I lived. It came on real late at night, like 1 a.m.
Oh, see, it used to come on at 11 a.m. back in Mississippi where I'm from, and it will come on like the regular station. It wouldn't even come on like, you know, like a cable station. It come on local channels, and it will come on at 11 a.m. right before Days of Our Lives, I believe. It will come on then.
Okay.
So I'm looking at some of the older episodes, and I see that Tawanda was talking about the things that she wanted to do as far as not only wanting to be known as Toni Braxton's sister, or, you know, how the group fell apart when they was the Braxtons, or I think she wanted to be an actress at some point in time. And then when you go and they do the Braxton show, when you do a reality show, that's really your springboard to do whatever you want to do. You just got to know how to do it the correct way. The same way YouTube is our springboard for certain things that we may want to do. We just have to know how to do it the right way.
Yes.
They get on the Braxtons, and Tamar's whole thing was, I don't want to pop do-op for Toni Braxton. That ain't hot. Blah, blah, blah. That's all she kept saying. Then she went and did her own stuff. She did Love and War. That was a big record for her. And then she went on to not only release her first album, and it did well, but she went on to do a talk show like The Real. And then she went on and
she did Dancing with the Stars. Yeah,
Dancing with the Stars, and had Tamar event. She had a whole lot of different things going on. Where Tawanda, she said on the Braxtons, she wanted to be an actress. I ain't seen her act nowhere.
She did one. I feel like she did one theater play with Hill Harper. And that's only one. I told y'all I don't forget shit.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she did one because it was like her first time meeting him, and she was super excited, and she was, oh my God, Hill Harper. But I ain't seen her in nothing else. Like I ain't even seen her at the Tubi, and they hire anybody.
That was, you know, I think somebody in the comments said she has a couple of Tubi movies. That's what somebody said in the comments. A couple of people said that in the comments. And it could be one of those situations where Tawanda probably felt like, yeah, Tamar got all this success, but she really didn't deserve it because of her bad attitude. And she probably felt like she was the one that deserved it over Tamar. I mean,
but I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, Tawanda was on Big Brother, but look how far Tamar fell too. Like her events lost everything. Like He kept getting sued, IRS problems. Tamar, you spent a lot of that fat nigga's money too. I'm just like, I wouldn't want to be Tamar. It's no shade. Listen, because shit, I'll go moving with my mom. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But I've never lived in a $20 million mansion and then had to go live with my mom.
Right.
See what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Right. And I think a lot of Tamar's issues was her attitude. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Tamar wasn't out there like hustling. Like I said, I'm always, for those of you that are watching and y'all may be seeing me for the first time, I'm always open to different perspectives. Now, I am very stubborn and stern about what I think, but I am willing to hear other people's, perspectives. And being up here with Storm and hearing his perspective, that made me think about a different perspective, because I never felt like Tawanda was jealous of Tamar until after you said what you said. And I had to think about all the stuff, and then you brought up starting over, and I'm like, you got a point. So I'm open to other people's perspectives. And I will say, although I'm not the biggest fan of Tamar, she does have the work ethic that the other ones don't have.
I agree.
Like she was on that show. As soon as she got on that show, she was doing what she needed.
She worked it. She worked it. She worked the reality show. Then boom, she did our album. Then she was touring. Then she got the real. Then they had Tamar and Vince, the spinoff.
Right.
You're right. I cannot disagree.
Because I feel like all of them had the opportunity to do so. I mean, like Trina, she could have done something. I think she was doing something. Didn't she have bar chicks?
Yeah. She opened up a couple restaurants, so even she was busy. Let me tell you what I think with Trina. Trina was in the restaurant game. I think Tawanda's downfall was Andre. She was married to remember Andre didn't want to work.
No, he did not.
And when you got a man that don't want to work, that's a lot on a woman.
Right.
And you got and they had 2 kids or whatever. So it's just like, I think Tawanda fucked up in life by marrying Andre. That's mine.
Mm-hmm. I believe that too. And didn't he say that Tawanda reminded him of his mama? Yeah. And like he literally did not like Tawanda. And I'm just like, he was just a goofy. Like
He was that. Yeah, Andre was a bum. Yeah, a lot of women get held back when they like marry bums.
He was definitely a bum. He did not want to work at all.
He didn't want to work at all. And he said he loved his mother but didn't like her. See, all that.
I can't.
I'm just saying, but you're absolutely right. They all had opportunities. They all had, and and I'm gonna say, just because one sister was meant to be a star doesn't mean every sister was. Like Tony was meant to be a star, obviously.
Yep.
I actually see it for Tamar. Her voice is crazy, right?
She does. Tamar,
your ass needs to stop trying to dance like Beyonce. You're not motherfucking Beyonce. Get on the stage and sing. That's where Ashanti went wrong when she was scooting on that flow, trying to be Beyonce, scooting her kitty on that flow.
Oh my goodness.
Just sing. Go to the mic and sing. That's it.
Listen, and I agree. Tamar can sing. And I feel like Tamar needs to stick with records that showcase her vocally instead of trying to do Beyonce type songs. Because who told her to do Hot Sugar? I hate that song. I hated the video. I don't know who told her to do that. Keep doing records like Love and War, or the song that you did off the Juicy Fruit sample, that the one song, or the All the Way Homes, or
All the Way Home was my shit.
Yeah, or Pieces, or
Pieces. White
I even like the Catfish song with the Michael Jackson sample. I even like that song, or If I Can't Have You, or whatever. Like
Angels and Demons. Yep.
Like those type of records are good for her voice. I feel like just make some adult contemporary records and call it a day. Like
she doesn't want to, but she doesn't. Oh, this is no shade. She doesn't want to act her age, and I think that's what's off-putting. Like, the ghetto girl act, when you're in your mid to late 40s, it's not cute no more.
Yeah.
No shade to Tiffany Haddish, same thing with you. Like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's like Tamar want to get on stage and like perform like she Erica Banks or something. Like, no, like,
and that be the issue. Because one thing about it, you cannot take away Tamar's talent from her at all. She can sing and she has the ability to make great music.
yeah.
But I think a lot of the times she don't really realize what her lane really is. And her lane is making the ballads like Love and War and All the Way Home. Like, that's her lane. Like, do that, and that showcases your vocals so much. Like, I sing All the Way Home. If I'm in a car by myself, I sing that shit to the top of my lungs, especially that damn bridge. I'll sing it to the top of my lungs till I don't have a voice no more. Like, I will do that, like, for real, because I love it. I think Tamar is at her best when she does records like that, or mid-tempo records like Catfish or something like that. Like,
yeah.
I hate those records, like the Tiptoe song, the hot sugar. I never liked those songs.
Let me not to.
I
Oh,
don't like
okay.
that.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I mean, I felt the same way about K Michelle. Like, I like her mid tempos and her ballads more than her up tempos. I feel like a lot of I think that people like Tamar can give us a good ass ballad or a mid tempo record and be okay with that. Like,
You know who was really good at going in between ballads and up tempos?
who?
Was Mariah Carey.
She was.
That's somebody who was really good at going back and forth. Even she tried to dance for a little bit too. Then she stopped that shit because you're not a dance. Just get in a pretty gown and see. I don't know why y'all want to be more tired on stage. I don't want to do all this shit.
But
Like,
it's funny that you brought up Mariah though, because I see a lot of Mariah influence on Tamar with the way she performs, the way that she does her. Like, I can see a lot of Mariah in her. You can tell that she was influenced by Mariah, and that ain't nothing bad at all, because everybody has an influence. Somebody influences everybody. So I feel like Mariah is definitely a big influence on Tamar. I could see that.
I can definitely see that. Oh, Tamar said that she's her biggest influence.
Oh, well, there you go.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Same thing with Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a vocalist. You didn't see. I mean, Whitney gave you a shimmy, but Whitney was not trying to pop like it, drop it like Tamar is.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I don't think that she needs to. And it's not even an ageism thing either. I never felt like she needed to go into the up tempo stuff. Like, I have some artists where I rather you do this than do that. You know what I mean? Like, even with Mary, like Mary J. Blige can do she didn't do a lot of up tempo songs. There's only a few that she would do. But I preferred her mid tempo. Somebody said, "Did y'all like the Tamar song?" Shit, I love the song that she did with Future. Let Me Know. I love that song. Was actually one of my favorite records from Tamar. I love Let Me Know. I love.
But like even that lane, when she wants to make like younger, hipper music, that's more her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I remember saying that years ago when Let Me Know first came out. I said, okay, now if she wants to do younger music, Let Me Know is the perfect example of the younger type of vibe that she needs to go for. Like, Let Me Know was perfect. Like, perfect. Look, I ain't gotta like you as a personality, but when it come down to music,
if you got it, you got it.
Okay, I ain't gonna never, like, that's one thing I've never taken from Tamar is her musical abilities and the things that she can do with that, because she's good with the music thing. It's just that it's certain things that she does musically that I'd rather not hear her do.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it. It is what it is. Now, Tamar, I will say those blonde eyebrows you had in that video were trash. But I told you I don't forget shit. But okay. So now I wanted to get your opinion on why do you think Traci left everything to Kevin Jr.?
And that's the thing, because oh God, because there's been several conflicting reports about her will, because it was there was something else about her will, and it was saying that the son wasn't left everything, but now he was left everything. So it's just like, did she change her will at the last minute? I don't know. But the general consensus is that she left everything for her son. And it could be that she trusted her son to do the right thing with whatever she had left over. That's what I think.
Okay, fair enough. Do you think there's any truth to like the baby rumors?
I feel like if there was another child out there, I really feel like we would have seen it by now.
Okay, it would have came out by now.
It would have came out by now. I'm not saying that it's not a possibility, but I feel like if it was a baby out there, we would have heard about it for real, and seen it by now. Now, do I think that there may have been a maybe baby? Absolutely. But was there an actual kid out there? I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we would have been seeing it by now.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think who is. Oh, let me ask you, is it true that Trina's filing bankruptcy?
Now, when it comes down to Trina filing bankruptcy, this is my first time hearing about this.
Because they were saying that when I talked about the Traci story, they said, with Trina filing bankruptcy. And I'm just like, first off, who ain't right now? But like, that ain't no damn big deal, but shit. But fuck them bills. But I wonder, like, you think her marriage is gonna last with this dude?
Trina think that we are stupid. And I'm gonna say this because she was talking about how much she's in love with Vaughn. And I really believe that she is in love with Vaughn. However, I think that Vaughn is a tad bit bossy and disrespectful, because I don't like the way he talks to Trina.
Well, he old school, so
and there could be another reason why he does the stuff that he does. I don't like, like, I think it was like the first episode or second. I don't like the way he talks to Trina at all. Like, I think that I don't even think he likes Trina like that. I think she's more so into him than he is to her.
Why all these people be getting married and they don't like each other?
Sometimes I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just something about him. I'm
from St. Louis too, so that's why I'm just like, I know niggas like mine, but like his that generation of men, they are very much like women are to obey.
And I don't like that. I never been that type of guy. Like, as a man that has a lot of female friends and been around and seen a lot of my female friends boyfriends or husbands and stuff like that, I just sit back and I watch, and I be like, sometimes I just shut my damn mouth up, because I just be like, okay, this ain't none of my business. Because when I get to giving my opinion, they're gonna go right back to them anyway.
Yes, they are.
I'll wait till they break the fuck up before I give my opinion. But it'd be like, I just sit back and I'm looking at a scene with Trina and Vaughn. I think he had gotten upset with her because she was grieving over her ex-husband, Gabe, when he died. And I'm like, are you dumb? Like, what make you think that she's not going to grieve over a man that she spent a lot of her life with and came into her life and helped her raise her damn kids? Just because she's grieving over him don't mean that she wanted him. There's still gonna be a love there because she spent a lot of her life with him. So are you crazy? I just thought that was so crazy to me. I'm like, how you jealous of some dead man? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. It definitely gave insecure.
It did.
It definitely gave insecure. And then it's just like, you just look at him and you can just tell that he don't put up with no bullshit. Like, you can
of work. That's how it comes across. Like, he's
oh my god, you could see, like, You know, it's some dudes like women know, like, damn, I can't drop a potato chip on the floor. This nigga gonna freak out. Like,
Right? Like you mad about that?
yeah, he seems stiff. That's the word I'm looking for. Very
Yes.
rigid, stiff by the book.
Yes. Yes. I don't like him. And I don't think I would never say that he is physically abusive to her or anything like that, because that's not something that I see in him. But someone literally just took the words out of my mouth in your chat. I think that he is probably like emotional. Like he probably is verbally and emotionally like effed up to me. I feel like because just by the way he talks to her on the screen, because before it came out, the stuff that came out about Tamar and Vince, I thought that Vince was like that before that came out. Like I just knew. I said when them cameras go down, Vince goes in on Tamar in probably several different ways.
And when she admitted that before, she admitted that before on the real, because Tamar said, yeah, you know, I would be going off, and Vince would whisper, do you want me to embarrass you in front of everybody? So, or remember when they shot that video You Hate Hot Sugar, when they shot, because the video was trash, but when they shot it, she came in there and she was talking crazy to the dancers and shit. She was out of line, and he took her in the car and reprimanded her ass. She came back in tears. I said, damn, what the fuck he saying?
That's what I'm saying. I always believed it from the very beginning. And when it came out that he did what he did to Tamar, I'm like, I always thought that. And there's something about Tawanda's boyfriend, Sean, too, that I don't like either. It's something about him.
He gives that too.
Like, I don't know what it is. He's so weird to me. I don't know what it is. He doesn't seem genuine to me. But then again, Tawanda ain't genuine either. So you got two genuine, ungenuine motherfuckers. So there you go. Two disingenuine motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
You like both y'all fake.
Both of y'all are snakes. Y'all slither together. So it's just like, okay. And then on top of that, that's what made me feel like Tawana got something to do with that video coming out. Because from what I was seeing, he was all up in the comments and the blogs. All up in the damn comments. Like, I'm like, why you in the comments? He must got something to do with it.
There it is. Okay. I'm gonna say Tawanda. I'm gonna assume. Don't sue me, Tawanda. I'm gonna assume Tawanda put it out. Now that you said that, Sean was all in the comments. Yeah.
I really believe that. Now I do think that I think that Sean likes Tawanda more so than Von liking Trina, but I just think something ain't right about Sean. That's just me though.
Queen B Moore says Sean Gill's old school hustler.
That's exactly what he gives. That's exactly what he gives.
And you know what? A lot of these men hustle. They hustle lonely women. See, a lot of people don't understand that men are hypergamous just like women.
My mother and I was talking about that yesterday when I was on the phone with her. I'm like, some men can sense that a woman could be vulnerable or have low self-esteem, or they're dealing with a difficult time, and they know that they are lonely in a sense, and then they'll take that and they'll pounce on it to use them to get whatever it is that they want. And it's not only men that do that, because another thing that was a part of the conversation with my mother and I is that women will do that sometimes too. Like there's we had a conversation about this girl, and I went to school with her, and she was an offbeat person. You know what I mean? Like she was always off to herself, and she got to be friends with these people, and she was paying their bills, you know, being cool with them. And all of a sudden they don't, you know, in front of people, they treated them like garbage. And I was just sitting up there like, even women, or not just women, I'm just using women as an example, but even with friendships, not just relationships or romantic relationships, but even with friendships, some people can sense the insecurities
and they prey on that. Absolutely. I gotta have your ass on this show more. Okay, because see, now we really, you know, I'm so used to talking to myself all the time. Okay, speaking of that, quiet as it's kept, a lot of friendships or relationships fall apart because the power dynamic changes. And you know who I'm thinking of? Think back to Mariah and Quad. In the beginning, Mariah was here and Quad was here. that was a certain power dynamic.
Right.
At one point, Mariah was paying her rent. Quad was the raggedy broke chick with the big forehead from Memphis, right?
With no edges.
With no edges, no shade, right?
Right.
Then she get with Dr. G. Then she start. It ain't always even just about money. It's that person comes into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, oh, bitch, now we equal.
Right.
But I don't want to equal because when I signed up for this friendship or this relationship, you were beneath me.
Right.
Now I have to acknowledge you as an equal. Now you're not answering all my phone calls. Now you talking back. Now you being a little snippy with me now. Now you checking me.
Right. Oh my God.
I remember when you was broke, bitch. You broke, bitch. See what I'm saying? So
right.
I know, like on the surface, y'all think they fell out about the cocaine or the, Quad fucking Mariah brother-in-law, and all that may be true. But it's a power dynamic. That's really why friendships be falling apart, because people don't know how to adjust when you have to acknowledge someone as your equal.
That's exactly. I went through the same thing. Oh my God. It's just like when I was coming up, I had this friend and I was more of an offbeat person too. I was off to myself. They were more boisterous than me, and they was more of a social butterfly than I was. So it was kind of like I was off. I was pretty much their shadow, pretty much. Because anytime you saw them, you saw me, and I was walking behind them because I didn't have the self-esteem or I didn't have the security about myself. So as time went on, when we got out of high school or whatever, I started to come into my own and get another set of friends and people that was more so like-minded individuals that was just like me, or dressing better, looking better, finding my own lane. And a lot of the times once I found my own lane and knew who I was as a person and found myself, that's when the issues began to start. And it's like, now you so used to me being stuck to you.
Yes.
That now that I didn't got away from you, in a sense, I ain't really changed. I found myself now. I'm no longer your little pet project or your pet puppy or anything like that. I'm more so my own person. And now you can't accept that because I'm not underneath you anymore. And sometimes people are fine with you being underneath them because they got some kind of power over you or something like that.
Because that's what they want. See, when you really start studying people and just observing like different personality types, it's not as cut and dry as people say on the internet. Y'all be using words incorrectly. It be pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spectrum, just like sexuality, but I'll argue with them with that later because they,
yeah,
I ain't got time, right? I ain't got time today. But it's all a spectrum. So people are not always aware of what they're doing, but what I realize is that certain people have to have people around them that are beneath them.
Yeah.
Finances, looks, just people that's gonna kiss their ass, whatever.
And I just feel like a lot of times, like people that are like that, in my opinion, when they want people that's beneath them to be around, I feel like that makes them feel better because they really don't feel the way about themselves as they portray in front of everybody.
No, they're deeply insecure.
They're insecure themselves, so that makes them feel better when they have a bunch of flunkies following up behind them. Yeah. I can stand right here by my damn self and be fine and not have nobody around me. And I would be okay as long as I got my phone and my AirPods and got my music playing in my ear. I don't care. Like I'm fine. Like I can stand alone, but some people cannot. They need someone to be behind them all the time. And that's just not right. And then I just feel like people have the right to grow up and grow into themselves and find themselves and realize who they really are as a person instead of being around you and not having no identity. Because I don't need nobody hanging around me with no identity of their own.
Yeah, like okay, I love that you said that. And speaking of that too, when people are really trying to understand like what's an extrovert, what's an introvert, you even have ambiverts in the middle. Once again, y'all, it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum, right? An introvert actually comes already prepackaged with their own energy.
Mm-hmm.
True extroverts have to get theirs from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
They naturally come empty. Introverts naturally come full. So when you start to think about it, if you got your own shit and you got your own motion,
Right.
you don't need a bunch of people around you. But some people do. But then my thing is, shit, bitch, just say that. Just say, I need flunkies.
Just say that, and I would respect
Just
you so
say
much
that.
if you say, I will respect you so much if you would just say, I want flunkies. I need a bunch of motherfuckers around me that would do everything that I
And
say.
worship, because guess what?
And worship me.
It's a space for everybody in this world. It's people that don't want to think for themselves. It's people that will lick your ass and love your dirty draws. But it's almost like people don't. It's like people don't want a true flunky. They want to break you down in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've been that person too, like, because one thing about me is that I'm very, very, very honest about shit that most people would be embarrassed about. So I could say this. I had my moments where I was someone's flunky or someone's do boy growing up because I ain't had no friends and I wanted friends so bad because didn't nobody want to be my friend because I was different. So whenever someone will come to me and want to be cool with me, they'll want me to be cool with them, not for real, for real. They wanted me to be cool with them so they can have somebody to boss around or someone that they can embarrass when they feel like it. You know what I mean? And it took me a long time to grow up and realize that I don't deserve that shit. Like, oh, I'm a person just like they are. You know what I mean? I'm just a little different. I wasn't like all the other boys. You know what I mean? I wasn't like them. So whenever I got friends growing up, it wasn't the same. Like the shit that they would do to me, they wouldn't do it to the other guys that they were friends with. They only do it to me. But when I got to be in high school later on down the line and started getting a voice, and then my mouth got even more huge when I got out of high school. That's when I started to learn. Okay, I see what this is. I'm an introvert in my opinion. Introvert, extrovert in my opinion. Like if I'm around people that I'm not really certain of, I'm always observing. I'm quiet. I'm scoping out the room. I don't know who these people are or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And once I get your energy and your vibe, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Like, that was the best thing when I made it to Atlanta. I already had a group of friends already, so I wasn't alone anyway. So I even did that with them. It took me a minute to really scope them out and figure them out. But once I did figure them out, I'm like, okay. Even with my homeboys back home, it was like a group of us. It's like a group of 5. And I didn't even like one of them before because of my own insecurities. But when I got to know them and stuff like that, we vibed and we've been best friends for the last 13 years. Sometimes you have to grow up in order for you to realize who really is on your level or not. And the people that I thought was on a level above me, they're not on a level above me. And I will tell you this too. When I moved, one of my dear friends, his name is Billy. Go figure.
Shout out to Billy.
He's been my friend since 9th grade. And one thing that he said to me in the text message was, he said, I've been down with you since day one. And now the dudes that used to give you a hard time when we was all in high school, now they want to be in your circle because they see that you are becoming more than what they thought you was going to become. And I felt like that stuff was crazy because people have been saying that for a long time. Oh, they just want to be around you because of the stuff that you're doing. They didn't seen you interview these people. They seen you do this on your YouTube channel. Now they want to be around you to say that they know you and stuff like that. And now that I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, these folks didn't like me. now they love me.
But I always be like, just say that, just say that you didn't see it for me, you know, because like I've been underestimated my whole life, so I'm used to it. I love it because then, you know, when people don't expect you to do shit, they out your way. They don't know that's a secret. That's how I be getting shit done. But
right,
you know, like they really don't understand it. But you know, it is interesting when people start to come around, or when they say, "Oh, I was always proud of you. Well, I knew you were gonna make it." Bitch, no, you didn't. You talk shit. You ignored me. Like, anyway, we ain't got to go.
But see, can I say this? Could it be a situation where there could it be a little bit of growth on the other end, or could it be they just want to be around you because of what they think you're doing? Because sometimes I'm like, well, maybe they have grown up and they see that what they did was foul in the past. And I'm only saying that from experience because I remember this guy that I used to be friends. Well, I wasn't friends with him in high school. I always thought he was so cool, but he just did not like me. And I would always try to like be cool with him. He just seemed to be so cool, and he just didn't like me. Like, he would just talk trash about me. In the moment that I thought that we were good, he would just be extremely mean to me for no reason. And I just didn't understand why. But when I got to be, that was in high school. So I think about a couple of years ago, he apologized to me. He came in my DMs and apologized and said that he was wrong for how he treated me, and that he was a stupid kid and all that other stuff. And when our classmate got off last year, we were all together, and he apologized to me again in front of everybody, which I didn't need him to, but he apologized to me in front of everybody to let everybody know that he was sincere. And ever since then, we've been cool. So with people like that, I feel like it could be
that might have been real growth. That was him
Yeah.
being introspective and saying, you know what, I was a stupid kid. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But I love this conversation because it's making me think of even like the different. I haven't really dated much, but as far as like working relationships, because we all have relationships with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's a power dynamic thing. Like, people, they're like, okay, I'm here and you're here, but if they think you're going to surpass them, oh my God, like, what, you're doing way more than what I thought you would ever do, then you bump heads. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
But why do you think people are like that? Like, for instance, I work with people on YouTube that were, I hate to use the term smaller than me because that don't sound right to me. I hate using it. So someone that was on the come up, so to speak. I was working with them, and when they surpassed me, I was happy for them. I didn't feel no type of way about that. Two people in particular that I work with that has surpassed me is Make It Make Sense. He's a dear friend of mine. Make It Make Sense, and Jamie, that's me. Both of them, I can use them as examples. I was working with them before they got to their 100K and 80K, and I have been like their biggest cheerleader ever since they've done it. Like, I don't care about none of that. Like, that's the purpose of me working with you, because I saw something in you and I wanted to see you win, and they're winning, and I'm happy for them.
Because I realize it, and I'm sure you do too, their success does not take from mine.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. It doesn't.
But some people feel like, well, if you win, then I'm not gonna win, so I got to take you out. Like, no.
Yeah, I just never bought into that to that mentality. Like, I never felt like I needed to be number one, or I needed to be the biggest YouTube blogger in the world. Like, long as I was able to do things that I wanted to do, and do things that pretty much surprised me in a sense, then that's all that mattered to me. I didn't care about it. Like, I don't have to be number one. Long as I'm successful at what I'm doing, and long as I'm doing it the right way, I'm good with that. I don't strive to be number one. I just strive to be successful. I don't need to be on top of nobody.
But you're secure with yourself. Now, me personally, I don't really care about the rankings, so to speak. I don't have to be number one either. I want the money.
Right. Like,
long as that money, like, if I was to ever become a celebrity, I would be that kind of celebrity that like had money but dressed poor. Like, you like, damn, that nigga still shopping at Target. I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I got the money, I'm happy. All that other shit, I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah, like it doesn't hurt to support somebody that's doing the same thing that you're doing, whether they have bigger numbers than you or not. It's not that serious not to do that. Like, why not? Because I just think about it. When I first started, I had people that was lifting me up. You know, Bundy Blue was lifting me up. Forrest Rocks lifting me up. It was so many different people lifting me up. And when I got to a certain point, I'm like, okay, I see this person. I like what they do. When I first saw Jamie That's Me, I saw her doing a Basketball Wives review. And this was back when I was still doing videos in the bathroom. And I was just like, I see something in her. I see something in her. Okay. When I get the chance, I'm gonna work with her. Then StreamYard started, and that's one of the first things I did. I did a panel with her, and I see her now. She's at over 80,000 subs, and she's been doing great. And I'm just like, I love it. Like, with Make It Make Sense, he's grown so fast over the last year.
Fast. Sometimes like, I look over in his chat, I'm like, damn, homie got like 6,000 people watching. 15. I think he had 11 to 10 the other night. I'm
yes,
like,
he did. And one thing. Yes, and one thing about him, even though he has gotten a lot of like success over the last year and a half, like he's still the same person that I met in person. Like, because like I said, people really don't realize, but me and Mims are very close friends and stuff like that. I've been in Mims' house and everything before. Like, still the same. Oh, what happened?
Oh no, you just froze for a minute. You good?
Did it stop?
It just froze for a minute.
Oh, okay, but okay. Well, the vibe is still the same, regardless of what he's done. The vibe.
Oh no, why is it freezing now? Oh, that ain't nothing but the devil. Wait a minute.
Right.
Now I want to start freezing. That's so damn weird.
Right.
Jeez. But yeah, so I tell you what, I'm gonna take that as a sign to wrap up. I'm gonna definitely bring you back. Scotty, tell the people where to find you.
Okay, so you can find me at, there's my name right there, Scotty by Nature TV. Okay, like I said before at the very beginning, I do current events, pop culture. I review your favorite reality shows from the Braxtons to Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac. I have panels where I talk about the housewife shows, and I also have a segment on my channel called Who Was Wrong, where I sit down with a different content creator and we talk about different reality TV feuds. There's a whole playlist for that. And and we're also talking about music on my channel as well. It's all things entertainment.
All things. Love it. Thank you for joining me, man. This was a dope conversation.
It was.
You got to come back sometime next month because we started talking about the friendship thing. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of more interested in that. So, okay, I'm going to have to bring you back for sure for some more stuff. But take it easy, man, and I'll be in touch with you.
All right, no problem.
Take care now.
All right.
Bye-bye. Oh, man, that was fun, people. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. We will be back to talk about Diddy. Apparently, he's on self-deletion watch. We got to talk about the male prostitute that allegedly got herpes from Diddy or Cassie, one of them. And he's dead. Neo drama. We got a lot. We gonna be back. I gotta use the bathroom. Then we gonna be back, people. Like, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys later.
It's storm.